introduction is emergence. Then we talk about initial sociologists wanted to align sociology in lines with natural science. Then we spoke about positivism. In positivism, we are talking what is positivism. Positivism is a method of studying society itself, but more emphasis is given to what? Scientific evidences. And the elements of positivism are empiricism, naturalism, inductivism. Empiricism means whatever we are observing through our senses. That is called, like, we are collecting data, numbers, everything through our eyes, ears. So whatever we are, through the senses we are observing, that is called empiricism, or the empirical form of collecting data. Then we talk about naturalism. What is naturalism? Material things, okay? Whatever material thing we are seeing in society. And according to naturalism, what was that? Naturalism considered that these material things are supreme and the basis for social world. Okay, that was the concept. Material concept was evolved during that time. And finally, inductivism. Inductivism, we know that true knowledge as one which is induced from observable facts. Whatever facts we are analyzing, collecting, we are coming to some theory or coming to some conclusion. That process is called inductivism. Opposite of inductivism is deductivism. This also we have spoken last day. So what is deductivism? We already know this is an answer. Then we are trying to find out what are the ways that we can come to this answer. Okay, opposite to deductivism. So we have till now positivism, we have discussed elements of positivism, we have discussed. Okay, now we'll get into a new concept called sociological positivism. Sociological positivism. Okay, you have to write about positivism first, and next paragraph you have to write about sociological positivism. So in sociology, positivism first came through French tradition, borrowing heavily from philosophy. That's the initial phase of sociology. But Auguste Comte, father of sociology, introduced this concept of sociological positivism. So who introduced? Auguste Comte introduced sociological positivism. Sociological positivism emerged as a deviation from whatever was existing there, because it is actually different from positivism. There is an evolved version. In society, how will you implement positivism is called sociological positivism. In positivism, purely we are doing scientific evidence. In sociological positivism, we are a little bit deviating to study society in a different manner. That is called sociological positivism. Okay. Then we are discussing about elements of sociological positivism. We have told that there is positivism, and Auguste Comte also introduced something called sociological positivism. Now we'll try to understand what are the elements in sociological positivism. Okay. First element is external reality. External reality. I'll tell you what it is. External reality. So what is this external reality? We are discussing now that scientific study of society has to be done. That is called positivism. So whatever we are doing scientific study, that have to be observed objectively and classified. We know what is objectivity. What is objectivity? Freedom from personal bias is called objectivity. So whatever we are observing and collecting data, that have to be observed objectively and classified. Okay, this is called the first thing. We're talking about the external reality. And basically we intend to say that whatever we can observe directly, that is called the external reality. You can't go into the internal meaning of a person. That is non-positivist concept. Okay, positivism, we are talking only about external reality. Thinkers are saying in positivism that whatever you are able to observe through your senses, whatever you can see, hear, that only is in sociology. Okay, that is external reality only, it is there. Okay, and during that time, Auguste Comte even argued that sociologists should not be concerned about internal meanings. Only external reality we have to see. Forget about internal meanings like motives, feelings, all these things we should not be concerned. We should see only what external reality we have to see. This is the first point. Second point is that scientific methods have to be used. We know this one. Very simple. We are discussing about scientific methods all this while. Okay. Now, okay, one more thing in external reality. External reality, we have to see, we have to observe whatever we are seeing in our eyes, and also it have to be able to quantify. Okay, we have to quantify that one, and we can see whatever it is. Okay, external reality means what? Whatever we can see through our eyes, whatever we can understand from our senses, and we have to quantify it also. Okay, internal realities like feeling, emotions, love, hatred, anger, all these things we cannot quantify. Okay, so that will not come under positivism. It will come under non-positivist method. Gradual movement will be towards non-positivist method that we'll study next class. So external reality, just understand that whatever externally we are understanding, okay, and should be able to quantify also. Then we comes to scientific methods. In scientific method, positivists advocate that actually initial sociologists, what they did, they stressed on use of methods similar to natural science, we know that, but later positivists developed methods particularly useful for sociology. I'll tell you with an example. Durkheim. Okay, scientific method you can call Durkheim. Durkheim's study of suicide, we know. Okay, it was the first of his studies. Okay, then later on he came up with other studies. Initial first study was, one among the first study was suicide. So he have used something called statistical method there. Those who have studied the theory, you will know, and others also, don't worry, we'll deal in detail. So in this Durkheim study of suicide, he went and collected data from the police stations and from the municipal authorities about how people have died, how many accidents happen, is that how many are there, if suicide is happening, how many did suicide. And he also studied about people who have done suicide, are they married, unmarried, which religion, are they Protestant, are they Catholics, all this were seeing. Okay, that means he was collecting data. So Durkheim was using this statistical methods, because if you are collecting all this data from police station and from administrative authorities, you have to go and collect data. So data doing something is scientific method. Durkheim was using this method initially in his study of suicide, but he himself later, what he have done in his theory of religion example, he have used comparative method. Okay, now I'll tell you methods like case study, focus group discussion, content analysis, survey method, documentary research, comparative analysis. We'll study about everything in chapter number 3. Don't worry, just understand what we are saying now. Okay, all these kind of methods are used in social science. That means data is there, but little bit analysis is different. Okay, how we analyze things are different. Of course, it includes collection of data. It's a method, but we cannot purely say it is scientific. Okay, it is sociological methods. So Durkheim's example you can quote in scientific method. We can say that Durkheim in his first studies in suicide, he have purely used scientific methods like statistical data, and later on he himself has changed from pure scientific methods to what, something called social science methods like comparative analysis, focus group discussion, all those things. Okay, then third one we'll talk about is theory. Okay, theory building on the all this also we have discussed in the last class. Okay, there is no shortage for theories in sociology. We have n number of theories. So theory building, and initial sociologists or sociological positivism have said that universal applicability was possible. Universal applicability, because whatever theories we are making about suicide, religion, Protestant ethic and spirit of capitalism, and all these things, okay, all these sociological theories initially formed were applicable universally. This was told during that time under sociological positivism. Then we speak about prediction. That time the scholars have said that whatever sociological theories we are making, we can predict how society will be. Because we are studying about institutional society like family, religion, marriage, caste, everything, creed, race, everything we are studying. So we can predict how society will be there. If you remember, in emergence of sociology, we have discussed that all this chaos happened in French society. So as people wanted some discipline. Existing disciplines could not define how to deal with all these things. So they needed some discipline that could explain what are things that could explain the changes that will help in come out of all these things, and also to predict something in future. Okay, what will be the future course of action? Society also prediction. So emergence of sociology itself have a prediction. So here in sociological positivism, we are saying that theories, whatever we are making, it should be able to predict the coming future of society. Okay, and last one, it is like testability. We should be able to test whatever universal theories you have to make, you should be able to test. These are the sociological positivism. So I'll tell from starting. Introduction, we have to talk about emergence of sociology. And initial sociologists wanted to align sociology in line with natural science. Then we spoke about positivism. What is positivism? Same concept only, studying in a scientific method. Some new word has come. Okay, don't worry about seeing positivism, non-positivism, etc. Concept is very simple. It is an approach to study society that relies specifically in scientific evidences like empiricism, naturalism, inductivism. All this method in a scientific way we are studying society, it is called positivism. Empiricism means whatever we are observing from our senses. Okay. And naturalism means material supremacy. Okay. That time people consider as material is the leader. Okay. We want materialistic life was given importance. Okay. Naturalism deal with that. Inductivism also we have discussed in detail. Then we comes to Auguste Comte came up with something positivism he applied in sociology, that is called sociological positivism. And sociological positivism have around 5 elements. First one is external reality. What is external reality? External reality means whatever we are seeing from our eyes or senses. Forget about what is internally you are feeling everything. Don't go and understand the meanings of everything. Externally, what are you seeing? You can accept that. What you're observing, what you're seeing, what you are, and all these things have to be quantified also. Quantifiability also have to be there. It have to be measurable. Then we can say it is under sociological positivism. And then we spoke about scientific method. Scientific method, you have to quote Durkheim, say that in his he as a person in his different work, he used different methods. Okay. So first in suicide work, he have used statistical method for collecting data from this police station about how many people have done suicide, etc. And later on his method religion, he have used other comparative methods, like comparative and content analysis, case study, focus group discussion. All these things was used that are applicable towards social science. Some deviation he have done. Okay, he himself have deviated towards social science methodologies. Third one is about theory. Theory building, very simple. We have already discussed about theory building in other 2-3 classes. Universally acceptable or applicable theories we have to make in sociology. Then it will be called as sociological positivism. And prediction, I told you, when sociology is emerging itself, we wanted something, some discipline that could predict future course of society. So sociology emerged itself as an answer for this. So obviously, sociological positivism also includes something that should predict the society, future course of society, and it should be testable. Okay, these are the sociological elements of sociological positivism. Now, very important thing, half of the mark of the question will go to this thing, that is criticism. See, our topic is positivism and its critic. So positivism you have to talk, sociological positivism you have to talk, same give importance to the criticism also. Same level of importance. Half of the, if it is for 10 marks, 5 marks gives to the first session, and 5 marks importance have to be given to criticism. Okay, then only your answer will be complete. Criticism is very easy. If you know these 5 different points, just criticize each of these 5 different points, your answer is done. Okay, we can criticize now only very easy. You don't have to write in detail, because I'll giving you in detail the answer. Then also we'll see external reality. External reality, how will you criticize? We can quote Weber. Weber says that what? We have to understand the meaning attached by the sociology. All studies with meanings attached by the actor to his action. Okay, in order to arrive at the cause and effect relationship. Understanding the meaning attached to action is a scope of sociology, is what Weber has said. Okay, so criticism is we have to also see internal reality or internal meaning have to be done. First, then only it will be complete, because people like Weber have said that. Okay, we can criticize by saying that. Second one, scientific methods. Easily you can, in Durkheim itself, you can quote. He himself initially used pure scientific method like statistical technique, and later he shifted. Okay, that you can quote, that you can criticize that. Then we go ahead with theory. Theory, we can say that many sociological theories like religion, like suicide, like protest ethics and spirit of capitalism, and many other theories, universally it will not be applicable, because society to society things change. So yesterday only we have seen that, okay, not yesterday class, okay, we have discussed this point. Okay, I'll talk about that later. We have not done that chapter. Okay, so theory building, whatever sociological theories we are making, it have to be universally applicable. But many theories sociologists have made in sociology, it is not applicable universally. Society to society, the concept of religion, caste, or suicide, everything is changing. So universal application of sociological theories are not possible. So we can criticize this also. Then about prediction, very simple thing we can talk. Prediction, you can quote by saying that sociology deals with what? We are dealing with human beings. Okay, we cannot predict how they will behave. Their behavior cannot be predicted. So prediction of society is not possible. Simple. And testing also we can quote the same way. You cannot go and test society, get an answer, and don't think that answer will be same in all societies. People change, concept change, their ethnicity, everything changes in different societies. So testability is also not universally applicable. It is not possible. So these are the criticisms. And then you can end the answer. This is a structure of positivism and its critic. You can note it down. If you're not done, I'll give you 2 minutes. Okay. Now you will go into the notes. Positivism and its critic. Okay. So if you understood the flowchart, if you got little concept about everything, so this will be a revision for you. Okay. Whatever I have said you in words and flowchart, we are seeing in paragraph. That's it. Okay. Just go with me. Be in sync. You will get it very easily. Okay. Positivism we are talking. Sorry. Okay. Positivism and its critic. Positivism as a perspective was one of the initial attempt. Okay, one more thing. Whatever definition I've given you, it is an approach to study society that relies specifically on scientific evidence, and that is not there in this PDF. Please add when you write the answers. Okay. Initially, you have to write about emergence, that you know. Then also talk about in one line. Initial sociologists wanted to arrange sociology in line with natural science. Okay. Then you tell about the definition of positivism. Definition of positivism. Then go ahead with this PDF. Okay. So positivism as a perspective was one of the initial attempts to understand social world in a systematic manner that we already discussed. In sociology, positivism during 19th century had an overwhelming influence of natural science. Why? Because we know that people initially wanted to align similar in same line with natural science. It was an attempt to visualize social world by using intellectual parameters employed by natural science. Intellectual parameters what? Empiricism, naturalism, inductivism, logic, reasoning, evidence, all these things. We are trying to link sociology with these parameters. This is the introduction. It aims at understanding social world as a sequence of cause and effect relationship. I told you, because they are thought, okay, say, similar like natural science. If we are boiling water in this temperature, it will be vaporized, okay? Or it will be condensed, it will become ice. We know all these things. These are fixed. Cause and effect relationship is there. Say similarly, people were trying to do the same with society or with the people in sociology. Okay? They were trying for that. So aim was that initial aim. Okay. And about the positivism, 3 interrelated ideologies, including empiricism, naturalism, inductivism, we have discussed. Empiricism is foundation of non-advocacy sense of observation. Whatever through senses we are seeing, we can see that empiricism, whatever we see, hear, everything. And naturalism is material reality is considered supreme and the basis for social world. Inductivism, true knowledge as one is induced from observable facts or reasons. Okay, this also we have discussed. These 3 ideologies inspired initial sociologists to think of social world as empirical and capable of being reduced to universal laws based upon cause and effect relationship. In sociology, positivism first come through French tradition. We know that French society has a lot of chaos. So there was a immediate context available in French society or in France for the evolution of sociology than any other country. So you can relate with French tradition. Borrowing heavily from philosophy, Auguste Comte introduced sociological positivism. So who introduced sociological positivism? Auguste Comte introduced sociological positivism. Sociological positivism emerged as a deviation from pre-existing perspective. I told you, concept of positivism was just similar to natural science. Auguste Comte brought the sociological positivism. Little deviation was done. Okay. According to Saint Simon, positivism was rooted in developing science society, analogous to natural science like physics. Okay. Saint Simon, you can relate to social physics. Okay. Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte framed a basic assumption of sociological positivism. According to him, true knowledge is based upon thinking about physical and social world as system of causal relations between realities that we are directly or indirectly observable. Now you see in positivism, what we have said, directly what we are seeing. Auguste Comte in sociological positivism, he got something called directly and indirectly also we can observe. Okay, that is why I told you pre-existing notion was the little change is done. Okay, this is very different from arguing that we can only derive knowledge from direct observation. So then only it will fit into sociology. He knew that. Okay, he added both directly and indirectly observable things. Okay, that never means that internal meaning we are taking. Okay, that will move towards the concept of non-positivism, external meaning only, but directly, indirectly, what you're observing also you can add. Okay, Comte writes the search for laws uses reasons as well as observations, so it is neither purely inductivist or empiricist. It aims at understanding the world as a sequence of cause and effect relationship. According to Comte, sociology is the last and the most sophisticated of all the sciences that deals with aspects of humanity. We discussed all those things. He even suggested 4 methods for study of new discipline like observation, experimentation, historical and comparative, and he defined scope of new positive social science as social dynamics. This we discussed in the chapter 1. He have discussed delineated scope of sociology into social dynamics and social statistics. This also we have discussed. Nothing, no new informations are here. All things we have discussed. It will be familiar for you by this time. Okay, positivism was further enriched by Durkheim and to an extent Karl Marx. Okay, because we cannot purely say that Karl Marx is a sociologist. His theory was more lineated towards economic, we know that economic determinism, historical materialism, all this concept. We can say he's a political scientist. Okay, purely we can't say he's a sociologist. That is why we were writing to an extent Karl Marx also. Durkheim emphasized and exhibited use of scientific methods as an integral aspect of positive understanding. The main element of sociological positivism are, okay, this we have discussed, external reality. Talking in external reality. In external reality, scientific study of society should be confined to collecting information about phenomena that objectively observed and classified. Okay, positivism thus emphasizes study of external realities. Comte argued that sociology should never be concerned. Forget about internal meaning, motives, feelings, hatred, love, all these feelings of an individual. Please don't consider that is what Comte have said. Okay, even though he added directly and indirectly observable facts, but he still stick to the point that external reality is what we are supposed to study in sociological positivism and forget about internal reality. So that point you remember. Second one is about scientific methods in sociology. Positivist advocates the use of scientific methods. Initial positivists stressed on use of methods similar to natural science. We know that. But later positivists, what they have done, developed methods particularly useful for sociology. I told you. Durkheim's example, I told you everything. So the whole repetition is what I have said you. Now, discovery of cause and effect relationship by studying phenomena. Inductivism also, I told this also we have discussed. Prediction we have discussed. Okay, and testability. Okay, what all things we have discussed? We said that it have to be external reality, scientific method, inductivism have to be there. We have to testability have to be there, prediction have to be there. Okay, this is done. Now, talk about the critical analysis. We are criticizing it. Okay, in criticism we say that positivism is still considered as a perspective which provided initial motivation for establishment of sociology as a distinct discipline. Okay, by saying all these things, we can reject positivist concept. Okay, because slowly we'll be moving to a non-positivist perspective. So always think that positivism is the initial motivation. Okay, for establishment of sociology as a distinct discipline. Initial sociologists wanted to make sociology similar to natural science. This is how the discipline have developed. So we should be thankful for that concept. Legitimacy is given to discipline by using this concept. Okay, they keep writing that, remember that. So the emphasis on the theory building and objectivity provided much required initial legitimacy to the discipline. I just told you this one. Thus, positivism glorified the idea that human behavior, working of society is predictable. They said that it is predictable, and like natural sciences, it can be quantified in concrete terms. Okay, thus they tried to make sociology a scientific discipline different from other social sciences like history, philosophy, etc., which have subjectivity, speculations, and valuations. Marxist functions all fall under the category of positivists, as they have deterministic and predictive statements. Same, because it is also predictable, testability, all these things are there. Okay. However, soon it was realized that sociology cannot be developed as now we are coming to criticism slowly. I told you in sociology you have to write in paragraphs, avoid writing points, but when you're writing from one paragraph to next paragraph, keep a link. Don't detach and then write. So it is difficult for the person to link the points. So you're giving to the checker and okay, if it is your wish to link. Don't do like that. Whenever you are writing, give a point. Okay, here we are see here. However, okay, we are moving towards criticism. It was realized that sociology cannot be developed as purely positive discipline. Primarily, it was because sociology dealt with human element, the objective concept cannot be deciphered totally by objective methods. What does it mean? The subject matter of sociology is human. That's it. Okay. But in the beginning of 20th century, positivist perspective came under a huge criticism by virtue of various interrelated problems faced in theorization and application. Criticism was mainly in the field of theorization. That means what? Universally applicable theories or not. Debate was on that, how it is applicable, because one law cannot be fit into every society. So that was the initial problem or criticism occurred because of these two main issues. Now we'll see what are the problems. Okay. This various problems gradually to acknowledge that instead of deductive approach, deductive approach is more suitable for sociology. Okay. Now you guys know what the difference between inductive and deductive. Okay. So scientific method we are doing inductive. Gradually, sociologists or people who are doing research about society understood that no. We have to move more towards deductive approaches more suitable for sociology. Moreover, Karl Popper in his book The Logic of Scientific Discovery highlighted scientific factor of deductive approach, use of deductive approach. Second one is that positivism is considered as a fundamental misunderstanding of social reality. Why? Because our sociology is dealing with human beings, study of human consciousness or meanings are essential for understanding the complete reality. Okay, we cannot only stick to external reality. We have to see also internal reality, because we have said the element of social positivism first thing as external reality, but it's a partial understanding if you do that. Correct? When you are seeing something externally, whatever you are seeing that is only a partial understanding. You have to also understand why the person is behaving like that, what is his motto, or what, how some empathy. Then internal realities are also related. So external reality is only partial. That is what criticism saying, that understanding the complete reality, we have to understand both internal and external reality. Thus, the emphasis on external reality can be understood as partial understanding of reality. We have to also understand about meanings, motives, emotions, etc. This we are talking in non-positive perspective. So when you're writing answer about positivism, 1 or 2 sentences you can add with respect to non-positivism also. Non-positivism was emphasis on understanding the meanings also. You can add in this line. Okay. Now universalist approach, I told you how we can criticize. Universalism, how will you criticize? You can criticize by saying that all sociological theories are not applicable universally. For example, Comte's laws of social organization suffered a large number of logical problems resulting in its rejection. We have studied this one. Comte have made universal laws of social organization. Okay, but initially only it was got rejected in many points where it was not applicable universally. Okay, then complete objectivity is not always possible in sociology. In spite of all efforts, assumptions of positivism could never be released in practice. Moreover, latest sociologists or theorists even claim that absolute objectivity is neither desirable nor possible in sociology. This statement also we have seen before. So what are we saying? Absolute objectivity is neither desirable or not possible in sociology. Don't even try for that to getting 100%. Okay. This phenomenologist perspective we'll talk about in next class, because we have not gone through that. That's it. Okay, you can conclude by this point. Okay, these are the thing. I hope you understood a very simple thing. Don't get scared by the word seeing positivism. Something new word you see in syllabus, don't think, okay, now what is this? It's all related. Okay, just you have to go with the flow. Understand it is originated. Then scope we have studied, common sense difference we have seen. Then we talked about difference with other social sciences. Then we come to is sociology. These all things are how sociology is evolved over time, how all the debates were happening. So we are into now that we are in a positivism phase debate. Okay, just go with the flow, understand the context, it will be easy for you. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, do all sociologists follow the positivist approach, the macro sociologist?
No, everybody, now we are saying initial sociologists followed positivist approach. That is what we are studying now. But now it is a mix of both inductive and deductive approach they are following. Because with scientific methods only, we came to know that it is not possible because we are dealing with the human beings. We have to understand the meanings also. So now we are mixing and using.
Okay, and ma'am, can you please explain the direct and indirect observation of Auguste Comte?
Okay, Auguste Comte included this direct and indirect observation because initially in positivism, what are we saying? We are saying that whatever we are seeing only you understand. Okay, but indirectly means if you are getting some data, maybe you will not be seeing directly, but you are getting some data, it is reliable. You can take that also. That's called indirect method. May not be that you have to be present there. But don't get confused with internal reality. We are not talking about meaning, not that perspective.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
inductivism and deductivism. Can you explain once more?
Yeah, please ask.
Hello.
Yes, please ask
Yes,
me.
ma'am. In criticism, in point number 1, it's written that there is no contradiction between positivism and deductivism. Can you please explain that? How positivism and deductivism, they are contradiction to each other, right?
No, we cannot say that now is what the statement is saying. Statement is saying there's no contradiction between positivism and deductivism. Initially, what we thought, positivism means only scientific method, so inductivism only we can use. But when gradually, when people studied and time passed, what we are understanding now what are our understanding? Now we know that no, deductivism is more towards social science. So there is no difference between that, both interchangeably or we can use together. Current situation we are talking.
Okay, and ma'am, yesterday you posted a question like write a short note on value-free society. So how like link this with whatever we have studied till now? Value-free sociology,
No,
you
I
can
didn't.
write so much of things, but value-free society, like
Same thing only. We are dealing with the people in society. Same concept only we can write. Whatever we have studied, we can write. Yesterday, that class, I meant to do like that only. Don't get worried by society and sociology. Study of society is called sociology. So you can write. So I hope we are done.
Ma'am, can you post the recorded videos, ma'am? In Telegram?
Yeah, I will post. I'll post.
Because some classes I'm missing, ma'am, due to my college exam. So can you do that from starting?
I have all the videos except that difference with other sciences. I will record that also, and I'll post very soon.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you send the yesterday's PDF, ma'am?